Hey there, Lincoln County. This is Dr. Allen coming to you today for your Lincoln County Schools Core Communication on November the 4th, 2022. I am joined today at East Lincoln High School by Mr. Delbert Lambert, the assistant principal, and Adam. He's a senior at East Lincoln, and they will have some comments to bring to the group here in a second. So this week I have been able to visit East Lincoln, Catawba Springs, Love Memorial, Lincoln Middle School, and St. James. So a lot on the eastern end. So today, this week, what I saw that sticks out to me really is the idea of students helping themselves with their groups, in their small groups, doing some collaborative learning, some leadership development within their small areas, no matter what they're talking about, even at the elementary school and at Lincoln Middle School and at East Lincoln High School. Students are trying to help each other be successful in the classroom, and that says a lot about what we're trying to do to support each other. Good job. This week we also had 8th graders visiting Gaston College for our annual Dallas campus tour. Adam, when you were in middle school, talk to me about what you found as important about this experience of 8th graders going to experience a college campus.
Well, for me, growing up, you hear a lot about just college, but you don't really know what all your options really are. In my head, when I was young, I just always kind of planned on attending a four-year university. But when I was presented with, the experience to go and look at Gaston College, which is a smaller but public university, I really saw, more opportunities there than I really knew about. I had no idea what to expect. I got to see their labs, I got to see many of their classrooms, and just what on-campus life was like. And it's not as different from, some of these bigger schools as you would think it is.
That's right, and really it's just another idea of exploratory opportunities in middle school and helping kids get exposed early on to what their options are. College isn't for everybody, jobs are for everybody, and we're just trying to make sure that you have the right tools along your path. This week I also had a chance to attend the North Carolina State Board of Education meeting. I had traveled to Pembroke to represent our region. Down there we had a lot of discussion about state policy and changes coming forward. We had a lot of conversations about the recent portrait of a graduate that was released last week from Superintendent Truitt. So definitely it's a lot of conversation going on with the folks in Raleigh making decisions about what our future in Lincoln County and the state will look like in the days and years to come. Thursday I also had a chance to attend the Special Education Conference in Greensboro. We had a chance to love on and recognize one of our best and brightest, Lauren Keene, was recognized as Lincoln County Schools Special Education Teacher of the Year. She was honored at this conference, and it was just good to see the opportunities that are available to helping our educators grow professionally. Today I'll be serving lunch at St. James Elementary School. Look forward to that and opportunities that just come with wearing funny hats and hanging out with kids and serving lunch and just cutting loose a little bit. Tonight we also have the first round of the football playoffs kicking off. East Lincoln's at home against Ashe County. West Lincoln and Lincoln are traveling away. Good luck to all of our teams as they compete in the first round of football playoffs tonight. Our arts also wrapped up this past week with their final competition of the season, our band programs, our marching bands, and so they all had a very successful end of their season. Delbert, talk to me about the arts here at East Lincoln and how valuable they are to kids' opportunities.
Oh, arts is by far the most valuable. I know personally, art. I use art every day of my life. When things that you wouldn't even think about using art, even when it's coming to designing a Club Mustang. Our students are great artists. They've done a phenomenal job. Our theater program has Rock of Ages coming up, November 3rd, and then it runs through November 13th.
All right, just another example of giving kids an opportunity to do something that engages them in their likes and their interest. I'm also interested in letting people know we have a state cross-country meet coming up this weekend on Saturday, tomorrow. Make sure that you support your favorite runners from Lincoln, East and North and West as they all compete up in Kernersville for the state championship. Looking ahead to next week, we do have a work day on Tuesday because that is the day that we have to vote. 14 of our 23 schools are serving as voting sites, and so we have to be closed on Tuesday next week for that. And then we're also closed because state law says you cannot go to school on Veterans Day, so that is Friday, November the 11th. And then looking ahead to next week, we also have our regular Board of Education meeting at 6:30 at our office in Jeb Siegel. That's the official stuff, but Adam, you have some national day ofs next week that are kind of important. What are some of those?
Well, on November 8th, which is also the voting day, it's National STEM Day to recognize that branch of education and study. We, as you said, we won't have school. November 11th, Veterans Day, we won't have school. school, and then on November 13th is actually World Kindness Day, which is just a really important and really special thing that we get to recognize.
It is, and even though it's a weekend, definitely make sure that you take time to celebrate World Kindness Day and what that means. This, as we've talked about here, is we're hitting the season of being out a lot in November because of a lot of our holidays and work days. Delbert, talk to us a little bit about what parents should think about this month of all months and to try to keep momentum going.
Absolutely. So report cards just went home this past Tuesday. Parents really should focus and work with their students if their grades aren't where they want them to be. Reaching out to the teachers, working a little extra, because even though we have 9 more weeks, the reality is with all the breaks, it feels like 5 weeks, and Christmas will be here tomorrow is what it'll feel like. So we do encourage students to reach out, to dig a little deeper, and use that break time. I always looked at it as extra time. So those students get a free time that there's not extra work added to them during that Thanksgiving break, our Veterans Day that's coming up, and Election Day as well, to really get on top of their grades and play catch up if they need to. And for those that are making A's right now, once you have that A at the 9 weeks part, it's not time to let off the gas pedal, it's to keep pushing, and then hopefully end the semester strong as well.
Definitely days not to take off, just catch up. I like the way you said that. Adam, as we wrap up this little segment of core communication, talk to me about what you like and what you find special about the East Lincoln student culture.
For me, a lot of it just comes down to community, right? You know, North Lincoln hasn't, it's relatively new in retrospect, but looking at East Lincoln and just like the community and culture that we formed, obviously, you know, no school is perfect, but the way that I know that I can always trust the students and teachers and office staff, lunch ladies, whoever here at the school to always be a constant smiling face and reminder that, you know, no matter what I'm going through at home or what anybody's dealing with at school or outside of school, like everything's going to be okay. You know, they can get through it.
Not every school can say that, so I'm glad we can say that about East Lincoln's student and staff culture. Well, that's all of our announcements for this week. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Core Communication. Remember, be kind to others in our actions and our words. We'll see you later.